Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I have a new digi. I'm very excited. Mostly because it took me forever to draw all these babies. So anyway, there aren't like a lot of pockets or ephemera pieces that come with this. It's just the fussy cuts and background pages, kind of, baby themed or child themed. It's called Kiddos. So if you are interested, it's in my Etsy shop now. I've cut this one out that was right here because I'm going to use it today for our hashtag 50 stack challenge 2 that I just drew for, which so you guys know where we're at. But anyway, so I want to show you this real quick. So there's 3 pages of just the fussy cuts and different sizes. So there's 1, 2, and you'll notice like this one's brighter. This one seems a little yellowed, and that's because I did one in the brighter, and then I antiqued some of them so they look not quite so bright. So I put both into the kit so that you could choose what you want to use. Like these bunnies are a really good example because this is like the bright version, and this one's muted or yellowed a little bit to look antiqued, and I did that with all of them. And I also did some different sizes so that you can choose what you want to use. But this one will make it, see, this is a little bit more crisp and bright. This one's just slightly yellowed. So, and you can see kind of, if you look closely, especially on white paper, this paper is kind of an ivory color, so it's a little off white to begin with, so it doesn't show up quite as well. But there are like crinkle lines, or whatever you would want to call it, on them, just to antique them a little bit. That's all. And the same thing with the background papers. So you'll get 2 of the papers. One is nice and just pastel-y and bright, and the other one is antiqued. And I'm trying to find the other one that looks like this one, because of course they're all out of order. Well, I'll just show you, and I'll show you near the end. It might be hard to tell, but that's pink. The light is not great today. It's just kind of dark and dreary, so my light is not great. That's kind of that minty sort of green and yellow. This is kind of a minty. It was originally blue, and this will give you an example. This is the blue dots, baby blue. And then when I antiqued it, it looks a little bit more mint. So, but antiqued, this one's antiqued, this one is not. So just the difference there, so you can see that's how I did these pages. And there's a couple pages that are just antiqued and not the regular color. This one is the regular, more of a bright version. I don't know if that's showing up very well. And then this is the antiqued version with the stars. There's stars, and there's kind of mint and yellow. This is some more check or gingham type in a smaller check. This is the bright, and this one is yellowed. And then there's that other, this one's antiqued, this one is not. So just looks more yellowed, like antique-y sort of paper would get. And there's like lines, distress lines, or whatever you want to call it. And this one I don't have the bright version of. I just have the antique version. And the same with these stripes, just the kind of antique-y version. The dots, I did both. And you can print them without the border. That's just how my printer was being weird. But here's the bright version, and then the antiqued version. And then this one also, bright version, antiqued version. I'm sure you guys can tell. So I did lots of background pages because if you'll remember when I made the guest check with the kids, it was Sally from Dick and Jane. I did those old papers that I had that you can't get anymore, and I was mentioning it would be fun to do a kit with those kind of old papers. But you could use them, I mean, I feel like you can use this for more than just like a baby journal. I feel like you can I use it for scrapbooking, obviously, and also just, you know, because they're cute and fun designs. And they'll look good with lots of your old style, vintage style images. So that is it. It's 25 pages, so it's a decent size kit. Oh my gosh. Words, but it doesn't have a whole bunch of different things. It's just the fussy cuts and the backgrounds. All right, so today we pulled what was it? I forgot to grab it. Hold on. Young and old. So I have my baby is young, and this lady I'm calling old, not to be mean. She's just older than the baby, but she has this giant mushroom. Would you look at that? How cool is that? I found that old picture on Pinterest and it cracked me up. So that's what we're using for our young and old. And I am using pieces. These, I just wanted to show you a whole page. So this is just, if you aren't aware, I'm sure most of you are, but if you just started junk journaling, this is just a piece of manila drawing paper that I've glued scraps all over. And this is called a masterboard, a collage masterboard. And you can do them with any papers that you want. You can use scrapbook papers, you can use anything. These are just all sort of my neutrals and stuff. And so I have 2 cards that I've cut out that we're going to turn into large tags for our background. Remember I said in this particular challenge, you can use whatever you want for the background. So go for it. And even though I'm using these masterboards, you don't have to use masterboards this week. You can use any kind of background you want. If you want to use masterboards, that's fine too. I'm just saying, if you are not into collaging these masterboards, then just use, you know, whatever you want. And you don't have to do tags. You could do envelopes. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so we'll start with the young one, and I'm going to use some of the papers from the kit since they are here and easily accessible, and we're using the little kiddo there. So I just have to decide what I want to use with it. I do like the stars. We'll use some stars to start. So how y'all doing? I hope you're all having a fabulous day. I am having a pretty good day. Just staying busy, trying to go through some of my stuff. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen my post about, I think I need an intervention for all my scraps. And a lot of you have said, oh, you should just throw them away. But the problem is it's my bucket of neutrals. And that's like my favorite because it has a lot of antique or vintage, like book page and just other things. So what I'm probably going to do is go through it, do some collaging, work on this journal that I am doing the, what do you call it? I don't know what I did with my other tear ruler at the moment. It's probably downstairs. Anyway, probably use some of the scraps for this journal that I'm starting, the Trash to Treasure, because I can use lots of different scraps, and then I probably will toss quite a bit of it that isn't like the antique pieces. So I need to just go through and start getting rid of some stuff. It's a problem. It is. It's a big one. So, and I know I'm covering a lot of the background. You can choose to collage with the papers that you want to use, so you don't feel like you're getting rid of all the background that you want or whatever. So this is how I'm doing it. So yeah, that's what I have been up to, trying to make some sense of this disaster area I call a craft room, which is not an easy thing. He's not very big, or she, or whichever you want it to be. This one was bigger, so that's why I chose the bigger ones. We'll do that, and then what else do we want? Some of the dots would probably be good. Or I like these strips too. I liked the antique versions, but of course use whatever it is you like. And I did decide to go like young person, old person, only because I did put on here young and old rather than new and old. So that kind of made me want to put, you know, a baby or something on there. I like those numbers. As always. I don't want to cover those up. Maybe I'll just use a piece like that. And this is a masterboard I did quite a while ago. I need some stickers or something. I don't want this so straight across. Like baby stuff, you know. Don't have a ton of that. Have a few things, but don't do a lot of baby journals. Could make this a pocket. So it's got a pocket on top of the, let's just do that. Actually, I think I'll use this piece because it's more plain. Just so you don't see stuff through it, that's all. Since it's a lighter color. See, these things all develop as I go. I think I'm going to do one thing and I end up doing something else. Well, I spent most of the morning cleaning and doing stuff, so I didn't have a huge plan happening. Let's just say that. I'm just going to do my best to tear with this. So what have you guys been up to? Anything exciting? Any new shows you're watching? I don't really have anything in particular to speak of. I mean, we're watching some different things, but I don't know how interested. Watching one called Kaleidoscope, which is new. And it's kind of interesting because you can... Do you remember those books when maybe you were kids or your kids were little, where you could read and then like it would say keep reading here or skip to chapter 4 or whatever, and then that gives you a different ending and all that? It's sort of like that. So depending on where you start it, you can start at different spots in the show, and you know, it'll seem different to you. So that's what we're watching at the moment, and I'm not totally sure how I feel about it. I haven't totally decided. It's interesting for sure, but you definitely have to pay attention, which sometimes is not my strong suit because I get doing, you know, all these things that I do, and not always the best at following along with that because my brain can't I just can't sit and just watch TV. So but it is very interesting, I have to say. So it might be worth your looking at. And so far, it hasn't been too bad. I mean, most everything anymore, there's some foul language or whatnot, but so far this one doesn't seem too awful. So that's nice because I do get tired of all that. Okay, so now we have like a little pocket, and we can, for example, this is a manila tag, go tuck in there, and then we can put our little baby on here. I love this little baby. They were fun to draw. And I found vintage images, you know, that's where I got the ideas for them. So, not entirely my own designs. Take a piece of this too. I think I just kind of want like a strip of it. A little bit of blue. I want to see the blue. Do it like that, almost like a blanket, but not a blanket. You see what I'm saying? Okay, I think I might spritz it a little with some distress sprays. Distress sprays before I glue the baby down. So we're going to take that out for now because I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with that. Move the baby here. Move the kiddo out of the way. And I'm using picked raspberry. I almost said pickled raspberry. That'd be different. Picked raspberry. I don't have a ink pad this color, or I would go around the edges with that. And then, do I want a little white? That won't work, I know, because it never does. Let me see. I need this one. And that's just white acrylic I'm using. Always fun to splatter paint, I feel. Okay, what I think I might do is just set this aside. We'll start on the other one, and then we will come back to this. And see what we have when we're done. Set it over here. And I'm going to pick up some of that splatter. Actually, probably want it on this side, huh? This is some avocado dyed paper that I got from my friend Denise at Wonderbar Crafts. I think she still has some. She does a great job. I don't know if she has the ones with the doilies on or not. I don't know that, but she usually has some in there. She hasn't done any videos in a while, but I think she still got her shop going. I'm going to move this just because I don't want to get the pink on the next one. Okay, we'll put our baby here and we will revisit the baby. She cracks me up. I don't even know what I want to use with her, but I love that. I'm going to grab my scraps. Yeah, if you are on Instagram at all, you will see my gigando tub of scraps. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. This is cool because it's printed on transparency paper. So I think we can use some of this. I'm just kind of winging it today. I feel like I've done a lot of winging it lately. I'm hoping to not be winging it so much. I think it's because we're doing so many different things. Got lots of projects going, right? Lots and lots. I'm just going to do like a strip. And this image comes from my, I think this is my Regal digital download. See, this is the awesome part about making like backgrounds using the neutrals like that, because then you can add to it in different ways, you know, to come up with something totally different. Like, you know, both of these tags are very different from each other, but they were both made on bases that were very similar. So it's just nice to have these around because you can add to them and get something totally different. And I wanted it all the way at the top, but it's fighting me, which gluey things often do. Just want it at the top, all the way down. I like that because then I can see that sheet music over there. I just need to get this glued very well. And the glue is not coming out for some reason. I kind of feel like I want to put another mushroom on there, like the ones we were using the other day. I have so much stuff sitting here. All right, let's see here what we could use. I know my thing with mushrooms. I'm sorry, you guys, if you're not into mushrooms, just know you can put whatever you want on yours. You don't have to like mushrooms. You can do whatever you want to do. That's just my thing. I do like her though. She's very cute. Very cute. Put one of these on there. This bag just has all kinds of randomness in it. It's mostly things I've stamped, like edges of paper with. This one might be better because you can see it really well. There's another mushroom. I think she's holding like the cap of a mushroom in that hand. It's really kind of hard to tell, but I love that. It's very cool. I could put this up there. No, I like that better. I think we're gonna just go with that because I think it's good. These mushrooms just remind me of the one she's already holding. Yeah, I mean, obviously you do not have to do like I do, but you could do some similar designs and just use flowers or like birds or, you know, the things that you like. You don't have to use the mushrooms. I just like them. Bring some levity. We're going to put these two mushrooms together the way I want them first, just so I can get them glued right. So it needs to be about there. And I'm just going to put a little glue down here for this one to hook to. And then I will glue them more. Maybe, if my shaky hands will work. I thought I got a paper towel, but I don't see it. Okay, and she's actually going to go down first, huh? So we'll do that on a piece that isn't gluey. I don't want to glue her accidentally to my glue book. I'm going to do the same with these. And we'll put our number on. So the one thing good about doing a collage in the background like that is you don't have to do a whole lot to it to make it look interesting. It's already got lots of interest, but we are going to take our Stabila all because she kind of looks like she's floating, and so do the mushrooms, and we don't want that. And I just used this the other day, but if you're not familiar, it's Stabilo all. And you can purchase these. I get mine on Amazon. I think you can get them at Hobby Lobby. They are a water soluble pencil, so they're originally meant for marking on china and things like that, the prices, you know, because then they could be easily wiped off with water. And artists glommed onto them and realized that they were wonderful for art. So there we have it, right? So this is just a water pen. And I think I will use the white again, and I just put my white away because I was trying to not, you know, stick something in it that I didn't want in it. Luckily there's a lot of water in there, so I'm not wasting as much as it looks like I'm wasting. Still wasting, yes. Alright, let's get that brush again. Oh, cover her face. I heard you, thank you. You guys rock. Somebody was yelling at me. Thank you. I just wanted more down there. Gives me that feeling of like undergrowth or whatever. I like it. And we could even do just a spritz of maybe speckled egg. I do love these. I'm so glad my husband got me these. They're just very fun to have more colors. Okay, and I'll set this one aside and we'll finish up the baby. Isn't she adorable? I just love that picture. It's fantastic. I don't know if those mushrooms are real, but very cool. I got that everywhere. I got it all over my water jug. Doing good, doing good. Not that any of you are probably surprised. I'll probably put some kind of fabric tab on it and stitch around it. I will pause and do that so that you guys can see what it looks like. And I'm also going to stitch around the lady one as well. I'm going to put just some paper on this one, some of the decorative paper. Just so it's not so plain, and then I'm just going to cut around it for now, and then if I want to, I can cut out another baby and put it on there, or one of the other kids in that set. This is just manila file folder scrap. Undercutting there. go right in there. Maybe. What am I stuck on? What did I glue together? Might be a better question. Let me see here. I don't have my... What is it? It's a piece of the collage that lifted a bit. So we're just going to sneak in there, put some glue under it. They do that. I should have checked it before I put the pocket on. Now not to glue the pocket together. Okay, I'm going to go stitch around this and then I'll show you the tag in there when I get back. I just want to make sure that glue dries. I don't want to stick the tag in there and then the tag's stuck and blah blah blah. So I will be right back. I am back. So for the hashtag 50 stack challenge 2, we drew out young and old. Those are our opposites. So for young, I have this little kiddo on here and the little pocket. It's all dry now. I put a little tulle up there in yellow. And then for old, I have this lady here with her mushrooms. And I just put a piece of crochet that was like a line of flowers. And so these two are connected. So I just put them over, you know, so that it's like a tab for the tag. So I guess it goes this way, huh? Young, old. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I can't wait to see what everybody makes. And I will see you again tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.